Hello, friends. Today's message is all about overcoming fear and stepping outside of your comfort zone. I know this is a topic that many of us struggle with, myself included. The truth is, fear is a natural part of life. It's what keeps us safe and protected. But it can also hold us back from reaching our full potential and experiencing all that life has to offer. In this video, we will discuss 5 powerful ways to conquer fear and break out of our comfort zones. And let me tell you, you are not alone in this journey. We all have fears and doubts. But by listening to this message, you can turn things around and start living a life of courage and growth. So grab a pen and paper, take some notes, and get ready to take your first step towards a life of abundance and fulfillment. Let's dive in. The 5th way to overcome fear and step outside your comfort zone is practicing self-care. Now, you may be wondering how self-care can help you overcome fear. Well, let me tell you, my friends, self-care is not just about pampering yourself or taking a bubble bath. It is about taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. And when you take care of yourself, you become stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to face your fears. So let's dive into this topic and discover how practicing self-care can help you overcome fear and step outside your comfort zone. First and foremost, practicing self-care means taking care of your physical health. This includes getting enough rest, eating nutritious food, and exercising regularly. When you are physically healthy, you have more energy, you feel more confident, and you are better able to handle stress and anxiety. And when you are physically strong, you are better equipped to face your fears. Think about it. When you are tired and run down, even the smallest challenge can seem daunting. But when you are well rested and nourished, you have the energy and strength to take on even the biggest challenges. So, make sure to prioritize your physical health and make time for rest, exercise, and healthy eating. Trust me, it will make a world of difference in your ability to overcome fear. Next, let's talk about the importance of taking care of your mental health. Our minds are powerful tools, but they can also be our biggest enemies. Fear often stems from our thoughts and beliefs. And if we don't take care of our mental well-being, those thoughts and beliefs can consume us. That's why it is crucial to practice self-care for our minds. One way to do this is by practicing mindfulness and being present in the moment. When we are constantly worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, we are not fully present in our lives. This can lead to increased anxiety and fear. But when we practice mindfulness, we can quiet our minds and focus on the present, which can help us overcome fear and step outside our comfort zone. Another way to take care of our mental health is by surrounding ourselves with positive and supportive people. The company we keep has a significant impact on our thoughts and emotions. If we surround ourselves with negative and fearful people, it can be challenging to overcome our own fears. But when we surround ourselves with positive and supportive individuals, they can help us see things in a different light and give us the courage to face our fears. Lastly, let's talk about the importance of taking care of our emotional well-being. Fear can often manifest as intense emotions such as anxiety, stress, and even anger. And when these emotions become overwhelming, they can paralyze us and prevent us from taking action. That's why it is crucial to practice self-care for our emotions. One way to do this is by acknowledging and accepting our emotions. It is okay to feel fear, but it is essential to recognize and acknowledge it rather than push it away. When we accept our emotions, we can then work on managing them in a healthy way. This can include techniques such as deep breathing, journaling, or talking to a trusted friend or therapist. Another way to take care of our emotional well-being is by practicing self-compassion. We are often our own worst critics, and we can be incredibly hard on ourselves when we experience fear. But instead of beating ourselves up, we need to show ourselves kindness and understanding. We need to remind ourselves that it is okay to be afraid and that we are capable of facing our fears. The fourth way to overcome fear and step outside your comfort zone is to surround yourself with supportive people. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, what does surrounding myself with supportive people have to do with overcoming fear? Well, my friends, let me tell you, it has everything to do with it. We all have fears, big or small. It could be fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, or even fear of success. And these fears hold us back from reaching our full potential. They keep us trapped in our comfort zones, limiting our growth and success. But what if I told you that the people you surround yourself with can either fuel your fears or help you conquer them? Yes, my friends, the people you choose to surround yourself with can make all the difference in your journey towards personal development. You see, when we are surrounded by negative, unsupportive people, it's like carrying a heavy weight on our shoulders. They constantly bring us down, doubt our abilities, and make us question our dreams and goals. And this negativity can seep into our minds, making us doubt ourselves and our capabilities. But when we surround ourselves with supportive people, it's like having a team of cheerleaders by our side. They lift us up, encourage us, and believe in us even when we don't believe in ourselves. They push us to step outside our comfort zones and conquer our fears. Think about it. Have you ever been in a room full of negative people? How did you feel? Did you feel motivated and inspired? I highly doubt it. But when you're in a room full of supportive people, you feel energized, motivated, and ready to take on the world. Surrounding yourself with supportive people not only helps you overcome your fears, but it also helps you grow as a person. You see, we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with negative, toxic people, you will become negative and toxic yourself. But if you surround yourself with positive, supportive people, you will become positive and supportive yourself. So how do we surround ourselves with supportive people? Well, the first step is to identify the people in our lives who are not supportive. These could be friends, family members, or even colleagues. Now, I'm not saying you should cut these people out of your life completely, but you need to limit your time with them. Next, you need to actively seek out supportive people. These could be friends, mentors, or even joining a supportive community or group. Look for people who have similar goals and values as you. These are the people who will understand your journey and support you every step of the way. But it's not just about finding supportive people, it's also about being a supportive person yourself. Remember, we attract what we put out into the world. So if you want supportive people in your life, you need to be a supportive person yourself. Be there for your friends. Listen to them and encourage them. When we support others, we also support ourselves. Surrounding yourself with supportive people also means being open to constructive criticism. Yes, my friends, I said it. Constructive criticism is not always easy to hear, but it's necessary for growth. When we have supportive people in our lives, they will not only cheer us on, but they will also give us honest feedback and help us improve. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, but Jim, what if I don't have any supportive people in my life? My friends, that's where personal development comes in. Personal development is all about becoming the best version of ourselves, and that includes surrounding ourselves with the right people. So if you don't have supportive people in your life, it's time to start working on yourself and attracting the right kind of people into your life. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is not just about overcoming fear and stepping outside your comfort zone. It's also about creating a positive and uplifting environment for yourself. When we are surrounded by supportive people, we are more likely to achieve our goals and dreams. They will push us to be our best selves and hold us accountable for our actions. The third way to overcome fear and step outside your comfort zone is by the incredible power of changing your mindset. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Jim, changing my mindset is easier said than done. And I completely understand where you are coming from. Trust me, I have been there. But let me tell you something, my friends. Changing your mindset is the key to unlocking your full potential and achieving greatness in your life. You see, our minds are incredibly powerful. They have the ability to either hold us back or propel us forward. It all depends on the thoughts we allow to occupy our minds. And that is why it is crucial to change our mindset if we want to overcome fear and step outside our comfort zone. So how do we change our mindset? Well, it all starts with awareness. You need to become aware of your current mindset and how it is affecting your life. Are you constantly thinking negative thoughts? Are you limiting yourself with self-doubt and fear? Once you become aware of these patterns, you can start to challenge them and replace them with more positive and empowering thoughts. Now, I am not saying this is going to be easy. It takes time and effort to change your mindset. But let me tell you, it is worth it. Because once you start to shift your thoughts, you will start to see a shift in your actions and ultimately your results. One of the most effective ways to change your mindset is through affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself daily. They help to reprogram your subconscious mind and replace negative thoughts with positive ones. For example, if you are afraid of public speaking, you can repeat affirmations such as, "I am a confident and charismatic speaker," or "I love speaking in front of a crowd." Another powerful way to change your mindset is through visualization. Our minds cannot differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. So, by visualizing yourself successfully overcoming your fears and stepping outside your comfort zone, you are training your mind to believe that it is possible. And when your mind believes something is possible, it becomes easier to take action towards achieving it. But here's the thing, my friends. Changing your mindset is not a one-time thing. It is an ongoing process. You need to constantly monitor your thoughts and make sure they are aligned with your goals and aspirations. And when you find yourself slipping back into negative thinking, you need to quickly catch yourself and redirect your thoughts. Now, I want to share with you a personal story of how changing my mindset transformed my life. As some of you may know, I started off as a broke farm boy from Idaho. I had no education, no money, and no direction in life. But I had a burning desire to succeed. And that is when I stumbled upon the power of personal development and changing my mindset. I started reading books, attending seminars, and surrounding myself with successful and positive-minded individuals. I started to believe that I was capable of achieving great things in my life. And let me tell you, my friends, that belief changed everything for me. I went on to become a successful entrepreneur, a best-selling author, and a world-renowned motivational speaker. And it all started with changing my mindset. I am a living testament to the power of this third way to overcome fear and step outside your comfort zone. Now I want to challenge all of you to do the same. Take a good hard look at your mindset and start making changes where necessary. Surround yourself with positivity and constantly feed your mind with empowering thoughts. Trust me, you will see a significant difference in your life. The number 2 way to overcome fear and step outside your comfort zone is simple. Take small steps. Yes, you heard me right. Taking small steps is the key to conquering fear and breaking free from your comfort zone. You see, many of us have this misconception that in order to achieve success, we must take big, bold, and courageous actions. We believe that we must take giant leaps out of our comfort zone to make significant progress in our lives. But let me tell you this, my friends, that is not always the case. In fact, taking big steps can often lead to failure and disappointment. When we try to do too much too soon, we become overwhelmed and fear takes over. We start to doubt ourselves and we retreat back to our comfort zone, feeling defeated and demotivated. On the other hand, taking small steps allows us to build momentum and gain confidence. It gives us the opportunity to learn and grow gradually without overwhelming ourselves. It is like climbing a mountain, my friends. You don't start at the top, You take one step at a time, and before you know it, you have reached the summit. So how can we take small steps to overcome fear and step outside our comfort zone? The first step is to identify your fears. What is it that you are afraid of? Is it public speaking, taking risks, or trying something new? Once you have identified your fears, the next step is to break them down into smaller, more manageable steps. Let me give you an example. If you're afraid of public speaking, start by speaking in front of a small group of friends or family members. Then gradually increase the size of your audience until you feel comfortable speaking in front of a larger group. By taking small steps, you are building your confidence and overcoming your fear one step at a time. The next step is to embrace discomfort. Yes, my friends, discomfort is a necessary part of growth. We must be willing to step out of our comfort zone and embrace the discomfort that comes with it. Remember, growth and comfort cannot coexist. So, the next time you feel uncomfortable, embrace it. It is a sign that you are making progress and moving towards your goals. Another way to take small steps is to set achievable goals. Many of us set big, audacious goals, and while that is admirable, it can also be overwhelming. Instead, set smaller, achievable goals that will lead you towards your ultimate goal. Celebrate each small victory and use that momentum to keep pushing forward. My friends, taking small steps also requires patience and persistence. Rome was not built in a day, and neither will your success. It takes time and effort to overcome fear and step outside your comfort zone. But with patience and persistence, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Lastly, surround yourself with a supportive community. Having a support system can make all the difference in overcoming fear and stepping outside your comfort zone. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who motivate and inspire you to keep going. And remember, you are not alone in this journey. We are all in this together, and together we can achieve greatness. Now to the number one way to overcome fear and step outside your comfort zone. Fear is a powerful emotion. It can paralyze us, hold us back, and keep us from reaching our full potential. But fear is also a natural part of life. We all experience fear at some point, and that is okay. The key is to not let fear control us, but rather to understand it, face it, and use it to our advantage. So what is the number one way to overcome fear and step outside your comfort zone? It is simple, yet powerful. The number one way is to identify the root of your fear. You see, fear is like a weed. If you only cut off the surface, it will continue to grow back. But if you dig deep and pull out the root, it will never come back. In order to truly overcome fear, we must understand where it comes from. And let me tell you, fear has many roots. It could be a past experience, a limiting belief, or even a societal expectation. But the important thing is that we take the time to identify the root of our fear. Now, I know that this may not be an easy task. It may require some deep introspection and vulnerability. But trust me, it is worth it. Because once we identify the root of our fear, we can begin to uproot it and replace it with something more empowering. Let me give you an example. I have a friend who was terrified of public speaking. Every time she had to give a presentation, her heart would race, her hands would shake, and her mind would go blank. She would avoid any opportunity to speak in front of a group, even if it meant missing out on career advancement. But one day, she decided to identify the root of her fear. Through some reflection and coaching, she realized that her fear stemmed from a childhood experience where she was ridiculed for a class presentation. This experience had created a limiting belief that she was not a good speaker and would always fail in front of an audience. Once she identified the root of her fear, she was able to challenge that belief and replace it with a more empowering one. She started to practice and seek out opportunities to speak in front of small groups. And with each successful presentation, her fear began to diminish. Today, she is a confident and sought-after speaker, and her fear is no longer holding her back. You see, by identifying the root of her fear, my friend was able to take control of it and replace it with something more empowering. And this is what I want for each and every one of you. I want you to identify the root of your fear and uproot it. Now, I know that some of you may be thinking, but Jim, what if I don't know the root of my fear? Well, my friends, that is where personal development comes in. And that is why I am so passionate about this topic. Personal development is the process of improving oneself through self-awareness, education, and action. It is about continuously growing, learning, and becoming the best version of ourselves. And it is through personal development that we can identify the root of our fear and take the necessary steps to overcome it. So, how do we start on this journey of personal development? It begins with self-awareness. We must take the time to understand ourselves, our thoughts, our beliefs, and our fears. This could be through journaling, meditation, or seeking out a coach or mentor. Once we have a better understanding of ourselves, we can then educate ourselves. This could be through reading books, attending seminars, or listening to podcasts. We must continuously feed our minds with new ideas and perspectives. But personal development is not just about knowledge. It is also about taking action. It is about putting into practice what we have learned and challenging ourselves to step outside our comfort zones. And as we do this, we will continue to grow and evolve. My friends, personal development is a lifelong journey. It is not a destination, but a continuous process. And as we continue to develop ourselves, we will not only overcome our fears, but also reach new heights of success and fulfillment. In closing, I want to leave you with this thought. Fear is a natural part of life, but it does not have to control us. The number one way to overcome fear and step outside your comfort zone is to identify the root of your fear. And the journey of personal development is the key to unlocking that root and becoming the best version of yourself. For now, I challenge each and every one of you to take the first step towards personal development by identifying the root of your fear. And remember, fear may be a powerful emotion, but you are even more powerful. Thank you.